Вот одна вещь, которую я поняла. One thing that I understood is in my country, in Kazakhstan, this is a conservative country. In my city, people are rude. It's a small city which is located in west side. It's a really, really like a, I cannot say like, I don't mean many people are rude. I mean all the people. There are kind people too, like okay people, kind of adequate people too in my small city, but there are also rude people. Rude, like not like just rude, they're inadequate, immature, and don't have knowledge, like ignorant, you know what I mean? I am really, really scared of the word ignorant. Why? Because ignorance is the core issue of human behavior. An ignorant person always will behave like really bad. He doesn't or she doesn't know, especially he doesn't know how to behave. They don't know how to behave. They don't know they don't know anything. They are inadequate. When you talk to a person, it's like you are a person who is adequate, and that person is an alcoholic. Like I feel like every time when I talk to ignorant people, I feel like I am talking to an alcoholic person. A person who is out of this world. A person who doesn't know what they are doing. Yes, when I was in Almaty airport in internal flight, I was flying from Almaty to my small city back after applying for visa and getting denied, and I was not in the right state of mind. My mood was completely low. There was sitting some foreigners, Chinese guy, British guy, Iran people, but they are flying to internal cities, not abroad. My dream is to fly abroad, and I will, and I know that even if not now, not today, not tomorrow, not in 1 hour, not in 1 month, I'm gonna fly at the end of the day, even if it's not this time. And I'm sure of that. I will make it, and it will be my very first time traveling outside of my country. I used to encountered a person from abroad who told me this girl has never been outside of her country, never been outside of Kazakhstan, and she is just here being like that. And you also maybe you had a lot of guys online. It should be like 40 or even more than that, and that guy was foreigner, and I said, you are insulting me, you are disrespecting me, because I talk to guys. Yes, I do not hide it. I do not hide it. I did. Maybe some girls, some guys hide that they talk to other girls, other guys, but I do not do like that. Because I talk because I am a human being. Yes, there were times when I did not talk to any person. Yes, there were times when I was a little bit closed-minded or maybe limited somehow, or maybe I limited myself because I just felt the urge to limit myself. I am a person who lived in a village for 15 years. I am not just a person, I am a person who lived in village 15 years. Going back and forth from my village to this city that now I've been living for like 10 years. Back and forth because of hospital. I got hospitalized. And every time I went to this city because I got hospitalized. Because I have type 1 diabetes, and I have it since I was 5. I got sick with type 1 diabetes when I was 5 years old. Only 5 years old. I was a really, really small kid. Small girl who didn't know she would have type 1 diabetes. Who didn't know that it would change her life this much. I had gone through the worst things in my life. And I say it not every day, not to every person. I say it in this video or to people I talk to online. They know what I had gone through, even if they dismissed me, even if they helped me, even if they gave me advice. There was different types of people. Some gave advice that doesn't work, some gave really good advice and I didn't listen to. It's not like they give good advice, I listened, that's all. No, it's impossible. I think, like, when I was a small girl, I said, if a person gives advice, it should be good advice. A person who gives you advice, that person needs to give you good advice. And also, a person who gives advice, it's a good person, it's not bad person. And that advice should be good. That person should say good advice. If she or he is not saying good advice, then why they are giving you advice? But it's not how it works. I understood it. Over time, I understood it's not how it works. Over time, I understood that, yes, there will be, like, yes, people give advice, but it's not always good. Some people give bad advice. Some people give worse advice. Some people just joke, make fun of you. Different things, And the thing is, it's your own experience. It's a very, very individual and personal thing. Every time when you go through one experience, you have to learn from them, and then in the end you just have to take a good things, like good things, not bad. You have to take good things, like, yes, just like me, you can say, oh, a lot of people some people were playing, some people were dismissing, some people were negative, some people's advices were really, really worse and it didn't work out. But at the end of the day, I learned that I need to only take the best advice, the advice that works for me. There can be good advices too, but it doesn't mean all the good advices are best and a good fit for you. At the end of the day, this gives one advice, second, third, millions of people, and you be like, I'm confused. That's why I also say that people should not take a lot of advices from other people. You need only 2-3 people at least, not millions, just like in my case. Okay, because in my case, I used one application where people learned English and other languages. I was learning English at the time. I was 19 at the time, 12 to 20, 19, 20, 21. At that time, I was sitting at home because coronavirus started, and I didn't expect this type of coronavirus would be starting. Nobody knew that, and I thought that maybe this is a good opportunity for me to learn something new and then change my life. Maybe there were cases when I said, I say thank you for coronavirus that you changed my life. Maybe you happened because of me, who knows, and then I felt a big shift. I started talking to foreigners, being in this city, living in the bad apartment, not in this house. Now the house that I'm in right now, it's our own house and it has its own story. We were living with my parents in a bad apartment over there. So I talked to foreigners, and foreigners are different, maybe for my mom, for my dad, foreigners seem like people from village, or like usual people, but it's not like that. Foreigners are different, you know what I mean? Yes, like, in my opinion, I'm not insulting foreigners, but in my opinion, since I was born in village, I feel like they seem like a village people sometimes, really, but they all the time focus on education. They are different, you know what I mean? I don't know for what reason they remind me some village people, like, when I look at them visually. but most of the time they're really really like they have a lot of knowledge actually, but some do not really give good knowledge, you know, advice, I mean. So yeah, the thing is, at the end of the day, I was like, there were a lot of different advices, and I now only took what I have learned from my experience, which means I only take okay advices, like advices that sounds like okay for me, that actually can work out in my life, you know. I tried those advices in my life, and some advices felt really isolating, but some advices felt like kind of helping me kind of deeply. Some advices came from just, you know, like kind of understanding myself deeply, you know, my emotional state. So yeah, there was a guy who told me, if you do not talk to girls, then talk to women. You know, if guys are being bad, or try to apply for visa, try to work. Your English is already good. Also, I sent him messages of guys when they texted me because I needed help with it, you know, and he told me this guy is normal, but keep like researching him, you know. For now he is okay, but this guy is not okay, you know, do not talk to him. But I didn't listen to him, that's the truth. And I talked to that guy, and in the end I'm kind of heartbroken, you know. It's been like 2 years now since I got heartbroken and had gone through the most worst experience in my life by being in an online relationship. I had never been in this type of relationship, you know what I mean? And I even had to report that person to FBI. Yeah, I think that guy really smoked something, and he lived in this, like, in USA. I don't want to say which city he lived, but yeah. And you know, this experience gives off some kind of sad, some kind of roller coaster feeling. It's not like this feeling is good or bad. It gives mix of good and bad. Sometimes I feel confident, sometimes I feel mad, sometimes I feel frustrated and also happy, excited. All the feelings are at once. And it's like a real life movie that I had gone through, and I don't even know how I had gone through. Yeah. So I don't want to look for or wait for a person to tell all these experiences I had gone through, especially about this one. I don't want to wait for that person, because I'm just wasting my time by looking for that person, I guess. I just have to move on with my life. So I am moving on already, but this thought really hits me. Every time it just hits me, you know, that you have to say somebody about this to somebody who really understands, and that somebody should be foreigner, not a local person, because local person will not get. Local person are ignorant. Local person will dramatize everything. They make a drama out of nothing. So you have to say that to a really really good guy, you know. So maybe a little bit older, you know, like a father-like figure in your life, but that person should be really like good, understanding, you know, and supporting. So if I find that person, I will tell. If I don't find, I don't want to just wait for that person. I'm already saying in this video. So if you had gone through those type of weird partnership or something like that in your life, you can just leave the comments below, because I want to know that I am not the only one person who had gone through that type of thing. I actually know that I am not the only one, because I read comments and people were saying that they made one mistake while they were learning English. And yeah, it's the same thing. I was learning English and I got really interested in English, that I just had to make a mistake without really knowing it. In my case, it was like this. And not everybody understands, or yeah, about your experience. So yeah, now when I'm here, I had gone through one weird worst thing in my life. Now I think that maybe I should have listened to that person who told me this guy is not okay, but I didn't listen to him. Also, I think if I listened to him, then I wouldn't have such a deep experience about human behavior in my life, you know. If I didn't go through that, yeah, but since I had gone through, I have like a deep experience, and I see the pattern in other people, and I can protect myself very well now, kinda. So yeah. And also there were people like, if you don't have money, why go abroad? I was like, I still applied for visa and I got denied. But it's okay, I can try again, who knows. So yeah. So at the end of the day, I just looked at all these things, and then I just take good advices that really seems like can work in my life, seems to work. But those ones that seems not to work, or I don't know, out of blue, doesn't have to do anything with my life. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything with my life, you know. Why go if you don't have money? Stay here. That advice, that's not even advice. It's pulling you down when you really want to open something new for yourself. Even if you, like, yeah, I'm not the only one person who doesn't have money, you know. A lot of people didn't have and they made it and they go, or even they at least tried, you know. Some people even just postpone it from applying for visa, which is not good, you know, because you are a person, and you have to try. So I tried. I just didn't want to say later like, I have never tried, I have never applied for visa, I should have. I just didn't want to say. And now I say, when I was 24 years old, I was still young, and I went to consulate, I applied for visa myself, and then I got denied. Yeah, but I tried. The thing is, I tried, you know. And I seen Almaty City for the first time in my life, because I've never seen that before. Yeah, one person said do not go. Like, it's not even advice, it's just, preventing you from doing something in your life. It's just kind of, you know, like, it's just something. Yeah, some people give advice like if you go abroad, it's difficult, it's not like the way you think. And I think, yes, thank you for your advice. It's not even advice, it's like the half of the advice or something, or it's just postponing, preventing you from doing something that they themselves couldn't do, or it's something that pulling you down instead of pulling you up. Instead of uplifting you, they are downlifting you, and that's not good. Yeah, so I don't like people who are downlifting. I like people who uplifting. I don't like people who pulling down or putting down. I like people who pulling up, and those type of people are the rarest people. So yeah, one person told me, yes, you have to prove your parents that you can do, you should work. And I said, I don't have energy to work, to prove. Okay, I don't prove to them, I prove to myself. That's all. And then I later blocked him. That's the reason why I blocked him. And now I'm doing what I can. Because he doesn't understand me. Yes, I told him that I had type 1 diabetes, but he doesn't understand me the way I understand myself. That's where I learned that everybody understands themselves better than anybody else. People rely on other people. That's the biggest mistake. They have to rely on themselves. I understand that it's really difficult to rely on yourself because people have insecurities, people have fear. That's a human being, that's not a robot. Yeah. Yeah. But you have to just do your life. I said, I have type 1 diabetes, you don't have, you don't understand. I'm telling you so that you understand me just like I do myself, but you don't, you can't. I understand myself, that's why I do not take this advice of yours. It doesn't mean I will not work. I will work, but little by little, because I cannot work like right away. And also, when that person said work, you have to prove, maybe he said it like not working right now, doing everything like right now, maybe working little by little, you know, like maybe in the future you will work and you will prove to your family that you are something. Maybe that's what he meant. And I said, yes, that's good that I prove something to my parents, but the thing is, everybody has to prove something to themselves than proving to other people, because when you prove to other people, they might not validate it the way you expect them to validate you. So when you do something, you do it for other people to prove that you are worth something. In the end, you do it, you prove them, and if they validate it, that's good. But if they don't validate it, which is disvalidating, that's not good. Some people really prove to their family members, to their friends, and they just really praise them, but even then there can be some problems, because we all are humans. So I think that proving to yourself is the biggest thing than proving to other people. Yeah. So I'm trying to prove to myself. I proved to myself that I can try. And I tried once, like 7 months ago. I tried applying for US visa and I got denied, and that's okay. Even if I got denied, USA is not stopping me from just thriving, right? I can live my life in other countries too. I can go to USA later, or maybe I will never go, because USA seems like depressing, a little bit depressing for me, a little bit straightforward, than what I want in my life actually. So yeah, I passed that stage, wanting to go to USA. I also told my brother when I was like 22, 23 that I wanted to apply for US visa, and I asked money from him, and he said if you're gonna get denied, you're gonna get sick, feel bad. And I was like, what? Who said that I will feel bad? And even if I feel, so what? You know, the thing is trying. I don't know, maybe he was thinking about my mental state, I don't know, or maybe how I feel in my soul. Thank you for saying like that, but you know, thank you for caring of me deeply about my feelings, that I would get just really upset. Yeah, because not everybody understands like that actually. People say you have to prove, you have to do this, but there is less people who says if you apply, you will feel bad. There is less people who care about my feelings, my well-being. And I think if I try and get denied, I will feel bad. If I don't try and avoid from feeling bad, later I will regret that I didn't try. Either way is not gonna benefit me in the long run. What's going to benefit is, I think, trying everything in this life, you know. But you know, you have to keep balance. Everybody has to keep balance. You know, you cannot just let's try marijuana and then just try it and then just do it every day and then become a drug user, right? No, you can try once. That's all. About the visa, if you never try, you don't know, maybe you were gonna get accepted. I think if I applied 2 years ago, maybe I would get the visa. Yes, that's what I think. You know, like I can say if I tried 2 years ago or 1 year ago, or like not even 2 years, like let's say 1 month ago, 1 week ago, even 10 days is enough. Yeah, if I tried 10 days ago or 21 months, okay, if I tried like 3 months ago, that would be okay. I mean, maybe I would have gotten accepted, right? And I would have just been preparing to go to USA now, right? Yeah. Yeah, I would have been preparing. I didn't try, so I didn't get visa, and now I'm just sitting. Which one is great? Or saying, I tried, you know, I still tried, I got denied, but I tried. The last one is okay, even the second one is, I tried, I got denied, but I did try. Or I tried, I got visa, and now I'm going abroad. Then thinking, if I tried, maybe I would get denied and be sad. Or even if I didn't try, then didn't try, that's bad. Or if I tried and got, I would have been going to USA instead of thinking like that, just try. I thought about it a lot. It's all about my emotions. And also my brother said like that, and I was like, his advice doesn't work. Thank you for caring about me, but the thing is you have to try, So yeah. So now it's been 7 months, and if I didn't try 7 months ago, I would say 7 months ago I didn't try. That's why I don't know the outcome. That's all. Why I didn't try, I should have tried. If I tried and didn't get the visa, okay. But if I got the visa, I would have been preparing to go to USA now, or maybe in the USA already. Yeah. So yeah, some people go, try, don't get the visa, that's all, move on. Or they try over and over again, that's all. And then they someday get it. Okay, the thing is trying. But some people don't try because they are afraid of the outcome. They think, I will try, if I get visa I will go, if I don't get visa, that's done for me. So maybe my brother thinks that my emotional state is so bad that I can just say, oh my god, I didn't get the visa, I'm done, and just feel worse. No, I tried, and I say thank you for myself now. That's the one thing you should understand. From what you're saying about me, it seems like you don't know me at all, because only a person who doesn't know me at all says those type of things. That's all. So yeah, soon I will try again, and I'm gonna try it in another city, not in Almaty, but maybe in Astana.